Beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, life is not random. It moves through an invisible order shaped by hunger, instinct, and power. Every fish, from the smallest drifter to the strongest hunter, holds a place in this ocean structure. At the base of this living system are the small sardines and plankton that turn sunlight into movement, movement into energy, and energy into survival. The first rule of the Atlantic Ocean is simple. Those who cannot stand alone must survive together. This is where the hierarchy begins, not with a single ruler, but with countless levels of pressure from above and below. Above the smallest fish rise the hunters of speed, built to test the weak, separate the slow, and keep the ocean moving. In the Atlantic Ocean, predators do more than take life. They shape behavior, direction, and the rhythm of every school of fish. As the water deepens, the rules change. Size matters, but so do patience, distance, timing, and instinct. Higher in the ocean hierarchy, power is often quiet. The strongest predators do not need to rush to be respected. This is the invisible order of the Atlantic Ocean, a living hierarchy where fish, predators, and the sea itself are bound together. The Atlantic Ocean is not ruled from the top alone. Its power begins with the smallest fish, moving together through the sea. These small herrings are more than food. They are the living bridge between sunlight, plankton, and every predator that rises above them. In the open Atlantic Ocean, a single fish is vulnerable, but a school becomes a moving fortress of light, motion, and confusion. Every turn of the school is a response to pressure. Every shadow in the sea teaches the fish where danger begins. This is the first visible shape of marine hierarchy. The small gather, the fast pursue, and the strong wait for opportunity. The Atlantic Ocean breathes through movement. Fish rise, fish turn, fish descend, and predators read these patterns like a language. Predators do not always need speed. Sometimes the ocean rewards patience, distance, and the ability to sense weakness before it appears. Each depth of the Atlantic Ocean has its own order. The sea separates fish by size, speed, hunger, and the risks they are built to survive. The strongest hunters in the Atlantic Ocean do not always strike. Their presence alone can change the direction of every fish around them. From this invisible pressure, the Atlantic Ocean builds its structure. Small fish below, hunters above. In the Atlantic Ocean, hierarchy is not always seen in violence. Sometimes it is seen in the way fish change direction before danger arrives. Every layer of fish responds to the one below and the one above, creating a living chain of reactions across the sea. The school survives because it moves as one, turning thousands of small fish into a single shifting body inside the Atlantic Ocean. Predators read the ocean through weakness, spacing, and rhythm. They do not need to chase every fish, only understand the pattern. Below the bright movement of the school, another level of the hierarchy waits, built on patience, size, and control of deeper water. As light fades in the Atlantic Ocean, speed becomes less important than awareness. The fish that survive here must feel the sea before they see it. This vertical order is one of the ocean's oldest designs. The small rise toward light, the hunters patrol the middle, and the powerful remain below. A single shadow can reorganize an entire school of fish. In the Atlantic Sea, fear itself becomes part of the structure. When the pressure passes, the fish expand again, but the memory of the predator remains written into every turn of the school. The Atlantic Ocean is structured by presence, pressure, and movement. Every fish belongs to a pattern shaped by predators seen and unseen. To understand the Atlantic Ocean, we must look beyond single predators and see the structure they create around every fish. This is the hidden architecture of the ocean. Fish divide, regroup, rise, and descend according to pressure they cannot ignore. Between the small fish and the giants, mid-level hunters carry the force of the hierarchy through the water column. The hierarchy is not a ladder, but a web, connecting deep hunters, open water fish, and the smallest life beneath the surface. The Atlantic Ocean is structured by motion. Fish follow currents, predators follow fish, and the sea carries every decision forward. And beneath all this movement, another level waits, where larger predators enter the story, and the ocean's hidden order becomes impossible to ignore. When larger predators rise through the Atlantic Ocean, the entire structure of fish movement changes before a single strike occurs. The ocean announces power through reaction. Small fish gather, mid-level hunters adjust, and the sea opens around the strongest forms. At the upper levels of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, dominance is not only speed or teeth, it is the ability to command space. Apex power begins long before contact. Every fish above senses the pressure below, and every movement becomes more careful. The hierarchy is never fixed. It shifts with light, current, hunger, temperature, and the decisions of every fish in the sea. Even when the strongest predator disappears into the Atlantic Ocean depth, its influence remains inside the movement of the fish above. The first layer of the Atlantic Ocean has revealed its truth. Fish do not simply live in the sea. They move inside an invisible order built by predators. Here, survival is no longer decided only by speed. In the coastal Atlantic Ocean, every fish must understand. The reef is a kingdom of boundaries. Small fish search for safety, while larger predators control the spaces where shelter begins. Some predators rule by speed in open water, but others rule by patience, silence, and the ability to disappear inside the sea itself. The coastal reef turns the Atlantic Ocean into a maze, and every fish inside it must choose between open water and hidden shelter. In the reef corridors of the Atlantic Ocean, stillness can be as powerful as speed, because every fish is watched from more than one direction. The hierarchy tightens near the coast. Fish cannot simply flee into endless water. The reef decides where movement is possible. Not every predator rises above the school. Some become part of the seafloor, waiting where fish travel between stone and sand. The open Atlantic Ocean taught the fish to move together, but the coastal sea teaches them something different. In the coastal Atlantic Ocean, the seafloor is not empty space. It is a hidden layer of the hierarchy, where fish move only when the path feels safe. Here, survival belongs to the fish that can read stillness, because in the Atlantic Sea, what does not move may still be watching. The reef wall creates a different kind of power. Fish that control the entrances control the movement of life through the sea. Territory gives a predator strength. In the Atlantic Ocean reef, one fish can dominate a cave simply by never leaving it. Above the reef corridors, long-bodied hunters hold the middle water, forcing every smaller fish to choose its depth carefully. The coastal Atlantic Ocean teaches fish to divide and return, to disappear and reappear, to survive by using the reef as a shield. Not all power in the ocean is large. Some fish survive by becoming difficult to see, turning the seafloor into their disguise. The reef is not separate from the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy. It is where that hierarchy becomes visible. The reef rewards those that disappear. In this Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, camouflage can protect a fish as surely as speed. Some predators in the ocean do not announce themselves with size. They become texture, shadow, and silence among the fish. Between reef and open ocean, mid-level hunters control the crossings, where fish must leave shelter and enter exposed water. The coastal hierarchy is layered sideways as much as vertically, from rock shelter to sand path to open Atlantic Ocean depth. On the seafloor, stillness becomes strategy, and fish moving across open sand must pass through a zone where the reef offers no cover. Even beauty in the Atlantic Ocean has structure. The brightest fish often live closest to shelter, while stronger forms patrol the edges. Here in the coastal sea, the hierarchy is written into every ledge, every shadow, and every fish that chooses where to swim. In the coastal Atlantic Ocean, every reef corridor has a silent order, and every fish must understand which shadows belong to predators. A predator does not need to chase through the ocean when the reef itself brings fish close to its territory. Between one ledge and the next, a fish crosses a dangerous boundary, leaving shelter for a moment inside the open Atlantic Sea. In this ocean hierarchy, stillness can be a warning. Fish survive by noticing the hunter that barely moves. The Atlantic Ocean reef gives predators many ways to rule. Some patrol the water, while others command the hidden spaces between stone. For every fish moving through the reef, the sea is a map of openings, warnings, and invisible lines of control. The hierarchy reaches the seafloor, where fish that look harmless from above may still belong to the hidden order of predators. Above the sand and below the reef crown, mid-level predators connect the ocean floor to the fish-filled upper sea. The coastal Atlantic Ocean is not a flat world. It is a layered kingdom where fish survive by choosing the right height, distance, and shadow. At the boundary between reef and open Atlantic Ocean, every fish must choose between shelter behind and uncertainty ahead. The reef protects many fish, but it also concentrates them, drawing predators to the places where shelter meets open sea. When fish leave the reef, they return to the wider Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, where space increases but protection disappears. The farther the fish travel from stone and shelter, the more the ocean belongs to movement, speed, and watching eyes. The fish gather again because the open Atlantic Ocean gives them no walls, no caves, and no hidden passages to escape into. Behind them, the reef remains a fortress of shadows, caves, and territorial fish, but ahead lies a world ruled by distance. The coastal Atlantic Ocean has shown how shelter shapes power, but beyond the reef, speed and endurance will decide the next order of fish and predators. The second layer of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy is complete. Reef, rock, shelter, and territory have shaped. Beyond the reef, the Atlantic Ocean becomes a world of distance, where every fish must survive by speed, endurance, and formation. In the open sea, there is nowhere for fish to hide. The ocean itself becomes the arena, and movement becomes protection. The open Atlantic Ocean rewards those built for motion. Fish survive here by reading speed, distance, and the direction of every shadow.
Here, mid-level hunters rise into a new kind of power, not from shelter, but from muscle, stamina, and the ability to follow fish across endless sea.
The hierarchy of the open Atlantic Ocean is built in motion. With small fish above, faster hunters below, a school of fish changes shape before danger reaches it. Because in the open ocean, survival begins with sensing pressure early. When fish stretch into ribbons, spirals, and walls, they are not moving randomly. They are answering the invisible force of predators around them. In the Atlantic Ocean, speed creates rank. The fish that can follow the current longest often rise higher in the open sea hierarchy. Beneath the Silver School, hunters calculate distance with every movement, using the ocean's space as part of their strategy. The open Atlantic Ocean has no walls, but it has rules. Fish gather, hunters follow, and the fastest live. In the open Atlantic Ocean, fish survive not by hiding, but by staying together, moving faster, and reading the sea before danger closes in. Endurance is a form of power in the ocean. The hunter that can follow the fish longest can shape the direction of the entire school. Every turn in the fish school is a calculation, balancing the pressure below with the changing light above the Atlantic Ocean. When faster hunters move through the open sea, the smaller fish tighten their formation, turning fear into structure. Some open ocean predators rise through the hierarchy because their bodies are shaped for speed, pressure, and sudden direction changes among fish. The open sea looks empty from above, but beneath the surface, fish are arranged by power, stamina, and the constant pressure of pursuit. The deeper hunters conserve strength, allowing the fish above to reveal weakness through spacing, hesitation, and broken rhythm. The faster the ocean moves, the clearer the hierarchy become. Fish gather, hunters align, and the deep Atlantic Sea speed creates pressure from below, and the fish above answer with tighter movement, brighter flashes, and sharper turns. When the ocean offers no shelter, division becomes strategy. Fish split, curve, and return before the hunters can control the whole school. The strongest open ocean fish do not waste energy. They follow the pattern, wait for separation, and let the sea reveal weakness. Light protects nothing by itself. Every fish near the surface is still connected to the deeper hierarchy moving beneath the sea. Some predators rise from depth like silent blades, reminding the fish that speed can come from below as suddenly as from beside them. The open sea has revealed its law. Fish survive through formation, while hunters rise through speed. In the open Atlantic Ocean, speed is not only movement, it is a language spoken by every fish and understood by every hunter. The albacore tuna hunters do not rush. They let endurance become pressure, forcing the mackerel above to spend energy with every turn. Beneath the fish and the endurance hunters, another kind of speed waits, built for sudden acceleration inside the Atlantic Sea. The open ocean hierarchy stacks speed upon speed. Small fish flee, tuna-like hunters follow, and deeper predators wait for the pattern to break. A sharp turn can save thousands of fish, but it can also reveal which part of the school is weakest. Predators shape the school even when they disappear. Their pressure remains inside the movement of every fish. Near the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, fish use light as confusion, flashing together until one body becomes thousands of mirrors. The fish cannot remain near the light forever. The Atlantic Ocean pulls them between brightness and depth, safety and pressure. As the fish descend, the hierarchy tightens again, bringing speed, endurance, and deeper predators into one powerful Atlantic Ocean system. As the fish enter deeper water, the open Atlantic Ocean begins to reveal a higher level of pressure, where speed alone is no longer enough. The fish now move between two kinds of hunters, those that follow with endurance and those that wait with deeper authority. This is where the open ocean race meets the next level of authority, where fish no longer respond only to speed, but to dominance. Above, fish survive by movement. Below, the Atlantic Ocean begins to reveal predators that do not. At this level of the ocean, power is quiet. Every fish above feels the presence of a predator built to command distance. In the Atlantic Ocean, dominance is not always a single moment. It is a constant pressure spread across depth, current, and every school of fish. Different predators rise in different ways. Some use speed, some use strength, and some use the patience to move through the ocean without fear. For the fish around it, the message is clear. The shape of a top predator can reorganize the sea before anything happens. Even strong fish must respond to stronger forces. In the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, rank is always tested by what moves beneath. Some apex hunters combine speed with authority, rising from the open sea race into the higher structure of Atlantic Ocean power. The fourth layer begins here, where fish no longer face only speed, but the presence of predators that can reshape the entire Atlantic Ocean around them. At the highest levels of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, predators no longer follow the fish alone. They shape the entire space around them. Every fish in this water reads the predator's path, because one movement from a dominant hunter can change the direction of many lives. Apex predators create distance without needing to strike. In the Atlantic Ocean, fear becomes a map that every fish follows. Where one dominant predator fades, another may enter, reminding every fish that the ocean's highest order is never empty. Some predators dominate through certainty, moving as if the sea belongs to them, and every fish around them already knows it. The strongest hunters do not only take space, they reorganize it, forcing fish above, beside, and below to choose new positions. Speed still matters at the top, but here it becomes more than chase. It becomes control over when and where fish must react. The Atlantic Ocean stacks power in layers, and every fish between those layers must survive pressure from more than one direction. At the apex level, the Atlantic Ocean becomes quieter, because every fish already understands the meaning of a dominant shadow. The strongest predators do not need to fill the ocean with motion. They create order by forcing every fish to measure space. A shadow at this level of the Atlantic Ocean is not only a shape. For smaller fish, it is a command to move, tighten, or disappear. In the Atlantic Ocean, the largest predators do not only occupy space, they change the meaning of space for every fish around them. When a greater presence enters the ocean depth, even powerful hunters adjust, and the fish above move inside a larger circle of caution. Apex power can be calm. In the Atlantic Ocean, dominance is sometimes shown by the way smaller fish clear a path before the giant arrives. The hierarchy is not a simple crown. It is a shifting balance where fish, sharks, and larger hunters constantly measure one another. Distance. From this distance, the Atlantic Ocean reveals its structure clearly. Small tropical fish near the light, every layer depends on the next. The fish feed the hunters shape the fish, and the giants connect the upper sea to the depths. At the edge of deeper water, fish become more careful, because the Atlantic Ocean hides power where light can no longer explain what moves. The Atlantic Ocean is not ruled by one creature alone. It is structured by relationships between fish, hunters. As the apex layer settles into the sea, the fish continue moving, but now the entire Atlantic Ocean feels deeper, heavier, and at the highest level of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy, silence becomes part of power, and every fish moves as if the sea itself is watching. The fish do not need to see every predator clearly. In the Atlantic Ocean, a moving shadow is enough to rebuild the shape of the school. Between fish and apex predator, the middle hunters become part of the pressure, trapped inside the same hierarchy they help create. This is the ocean's upper order made visible. Fish above, hunters between, apex shadows below, and every layer responding to the next. Apex predators do not need to remain in view to control the Atlantic Ocean. Their influence stays in the spacing, timing, and caution of every fish. As the fish move beyond the apex layer, the Atlantic Ocean begins to change again, pulling life toward a world where light can no longer rule. The predators of the upper ocean have shaped the fish, but below this depth, a different hierarchy waits in darkness. The fourth layer of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy is complete. Apex predators command the open sea. Below the apex predators of the upper Atlantic Ocean, another hierarchy begins, hidden where sunlight weakens and every fish must adapt to darkness. In the deep Atlantic Sea, speed loses its power. Fish survive by patience, sensitivity. Here, the ocean no longer rewards constant movement. Every fish must save energy, because in the abyss, a mistake can last too long. Where sunlight disappears, the Atlantic Ocean creates its own signals. Fish now follow flashes, vibrations, and faint movements through the dark. In this deeper hierarchy, light becomes a weapon, and a fish that glows may be hiding danger behind beauty. Deep-sea fish live inside a world of signals, where one glow can mean food, warning, disguise, or death. The abyss favors predators that wait. A fish does not need to chase far when darkness brings movement close. In the upper ocean, fish escape through speed. In the deep Atlantic Ocean, escape is slower, quieter, and far less certain. The deep ocean changes the meaning of power. Some predators do not pursue fish. They invite them closer with light. The fifth layer of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy has begun, where fish move through darkness. Predators wait in silence. In the abyssal Atlantic Ocean, every fish becomes part of a slower world, where darkness controls movement and patience becomes survival. Here, light is rare, and every glow carries meaning. For deep-sea fish, a flash may be a sigurd. The deeper ocean favors strange designs. A fish built for the abyss does not need beauty. It needs grip. In this world, distance is difficult to judge, and every fish must trust vibration, pressure, and the smallest changes in the water. Some deep Atlantic Ocean predators survive by being ready for rare opportunity, because in the abyss, a fish may wait a long time for one chance. The abyss changes the rules of the fish hierarchy. Energy is precious, movement is measured, and even the ocean floor belongs to the hierarchy, where fish hover above darkness and unseen predators watch from the edge of sight. As the Atlantic Ocean floor falls away, the fish enter a deeper order, where pressure rises, and in the abyss, the space beneath a fish can be more dangerous than the space ahead, because predators often rise from darkness without warning. The deeper hierarchy is now fully awake. Fish drift through darkness, predators wait below, and the deeper the Atlantic Ocean becomes, the more the hierarchy depends on patience, darkness, and the smallest movement of fish. In this part of the ocean, fish do not rush through the water. They move as if every direction may hide a waiting predator. Bioluminescence changes the rules of the sea, turning light into language, disguise, and danger for every fish nearby. Abyssal predators often look strange because the Atlantic Ocean has shaped them for a world where food is rare and darkness is complete. The deep sea rewards stillness. A fish that moves too much spends energy, while a predator that waits may survive the longest silence. Here, the Atlantic Ocean feels almost frozen in time, but every fish is still part of a living system of hunger and response. For deep-sea fish, a trail of light can mean direction, food, or danger, because the ocean hides truth behind every glow. In the abyss, even light cannot be trusted. Fish that follow it too closely may enter the territory of a predator built for darkness. The deep Atlantic Ocean has its own vertical order, with fish suspended at different depths according to pressure, hunger, and risk. Below this layer, the Atlantic Ocean becomes even darker, and the fish enter a realm where the hierarchy is ruled. In this deeper Atlantic Ocean layer, fish do not move through space alone. They move through pressure, darkness, and the invisible presence of predators. The abyss teaches every fish to fear what cannot be clearly seen, because the strongest hunters may exist only as movement in the dark. Even near the seafloor, the hierarchy continues. Fish gather above ridges, while predators use the shape of the ocean itself as cover. A ridge in the deep Atlantic Ocean can become a wall, a shelter, or a hunting edge, depending on which fish controls the darkness around it. In the abyss, some predators are not small and strange, but vast and mysterious, moving through the Atlantic Ocean like legends made real. The deep ocean hides giants where light cannot follow, and every fish nearby becomes part of a hierarchy. Below the strange giants, the Atlantic Ocean becomes even more open, yet every fish still moves as if surrounded by unseen watchers. In this darkness, fish follow the smallest signs, because the sea offers no horizon. Some giants do not belong only to the surface or the abyss. They cross between worlds, carrying the hierarchies. At this depth, the Atlantic Ocean brings together fish, giants, and hidden predators inside a world wishes. The abyss does not belong to one predator alone. It is shared by fish that drift, squid that hide, and list. In the deepest Atlantic Sea, sight becomes uncertain, and every fish must survive through pressure. The abyssal order is not fast. It is patient, vast, and silent, shaped by rare encounters. Along the trench walls of the Atlantic Ocean, smaller fish live between hidden eyes and larger shadows, never fully free from the pressure of the deep. The deep Atlantic Ocean may seem separate from the world above, but every fish here is still connected to the same chain of life. The fifth layer of the Atlantic Ocean hierarchy is complete. In the abyss, fish survive through silence. The hierarchy is not trapped in one depth. It moves through the ocean, linking darkness, open water, reef, and every school of fish. Without this pressure, fish would move differently, feed differently, and change the entire rhythm of the ocean around them. Predators keep the ocean from becoming unbalanced, guiding where fish gather, how they feed, and when they move away. This constant dividing and reforming is part of the Atlantic Ocean's balance, allowing fish to survive while predators keep the system active. Predators often test the edges of a school, and by doing so, they help keep fish populations stronger, faster, and more aware. What looks like danger from one angle becomes balance from another, because the sea depends on pressure to keep life moving correctly. From plankton to fish, from fish to hunters, and from hunters to giants, the Atlantic Ocean turns every life into part of a larger design. Near the surface, small fish carry the energy of the ocean upward, feeding the next level of life and sustaining the hunters that follow. Every level depends on the one beneath it, and every predator depends on the fish it helps keep in motion. At the deeper levels, larger predators remind the entire ocean that balance is maintained not by peace alone, but by pressure. The Atlantic Ocean is not a collection of separate lives. It is one living structure, where fish, predators. The Atlantic Ocean holds balance through connection, where every fish movement becomes part of a larger pattern shaped by predators. If one layer changes, the entire sea responds, because fish, hunters, and apex predators are bound together by pressure and need. When predators keep fish moving, the ocean stays alive with rhythm, preventing one group from overwhelming the rest of the system. Balance is not stillness. In the Atlantic Sea, balance is constant motion between fish that flee, hunters that follow, and giants that wait. The reef, the open sea, and the abyss are not separate worlds. They are connected layers of one Atlantic Ocean hierarchy. From bright fish schools to deep predators, the ocean depends on each level to keep the next one in balance. Every curve of the school shows the influence of what lies beneath, because no fish in the Atlantic Ocean moves outside the reach of the hierarchy. The strongest predators protect balance not by ruling alone, but by shaping the behavior of every fish and hunter around them. This is the true structure of the Atlantic Ocean, not a single throne, but a living network of fish, predators, and depth. The more we follow the fish through the sea, the clearer the truth becomes. The Atlantic Ocean survives because every level is connected. The Atlantic Ocean is structured by connection, where fish, predators, depth, and current form one living balance. Every fish belongs to more than its own school. It belongs to the movement of the entire ocean around it. The Atlantic Ocean is not ruled by one creature. It is held together by the endless relationship between fish and the predators that shape them. To understand this sea is to understand balance. Every fish matters, every predator has a role, and the Atlantic Ocean is alive because no fish, no predator, and no depth exists alone. Everything is connected by movement.